here's my story. I want you guys to know how ridiculously easy this is. And you can do the exact same thing super easily. But this is how it went for me. I was miserable, and I decided I was going to strip because I wanted to make as much money as I wanted to. I wanted to have no boss. I wanted to do whatever I wanted to do. And I didn't have any kind of college education. I had been homeschooled. I didn't have any kind of real skills in anything. I show up. It's the middle of the day. It's probably 1 o'clock. I sat in my car drinking before I went in. I didn't really drink in the parking lot because I didn't know the parking lot was going to be empty and it was possible for someone to come out and see me. So I drank close by. And yes, I was 18. And yes, that was illegal. And no, I do not recommend doing that. So I get inside, or I walk up to this building. It's hot as hell outside. It's downtown Charleston in the middle of the summer. And I'm sitting in my car and I'm thinking, am I really going to do this? I was 18 years old. I was a virgin. I was terrified is maybe the right word. And I'm sitting in my car and I'm like, am I going to do this? And all I could think about was the girl that I waited on the night before who called me the worst server she had ever met in her entire life. There's a long story behind that I'm going to leave alone for right now. But anyway, it was enough to drive me to do something radical to change my life. And I can't tell you guys how thankful I am for that. We'll just call her a lady, because she really was a blessing in my life, regardless of anything. She has no idea how much she changed my life, but she did. So I open the door and it's like pitch black. I can't see anything. And I start walking down this hallway and there's a turn, and I turn to my left. And all of a sudden, I see this absolutely gigantic white man that's leaning up against a stool. And I mean, I just had the worst first impression, like, oh, Lord. And I walk up to him, and I'm polite and shy, and I'm like, hi. I said, I'm just going to go inside and sit at the bar and look around. I'm trying to decide if I want to work here or not. And he looks at me and he says, you can't come in unless you have an escort. And I said, oh, I'm sorry. I don't think you heard me. I said, I just want to go in and look around. I'm not here to, for show. I just want to see if I want to work here. And he says the same thing again. He goes, you can't come in unless you have an escort or unless you want to work here. And I look at him and I said, fine, I want to work here. And I was kind of like, this is ridiculous. And, obviously I'm thinking, well, if I get in here and someone comes and interviews me or whatever and I don't like it, I'll just leave. It's not like I'm stuck. So I sit down at the bar. There's literally no one in the club. I mean, no one. The bartender's there, and that's it. It's the middle of the day. It's like 1 o'clock or noon on a weekday. And the place is kind of tiny, but I liked the dark atmosphere. I liked the dark feeling of it. And because I'm a night owl, I guess. Maybe it's the reason why I liked it. And I'm waiting. I'm talking to the bartender a little bit. She didn't offer me a drink. She could tell I wasn't 21. And all of a sudden, I look up and I see this super attractive, tall, dark, and super sexy man walking towards me. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. And he walks up to me and he looks at me confused and he goes, you want a job here? And I looked at him and I said, yes, I do. And he goes, okay. He goes, follow me. And he took me back to his office, and I was behind him, and as soon as we came in the door, I went to close the door because it was loud in the club, and it just kind of made sense to me to close the door. And he put his hands up, and he said, I'm happily married, and I would like to keep it that way. He goes, you can leave the door open. And I was immediately just radically impressed. I mean, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. After my interaction with the guy at the front door, I was immediately turned off. I totally thought that the owner was going to be some sleazebag and whatever, and talk about being judgmental. I was 18, give me a break. Although the girls that I'm trying to reach right now are your age, so I shouldn't have said that. But I have changed a lot since I was 18. I've changed an awful lot, so... And I like to think in a great way. I've learned a lot of stuff in that time period. So anyway, he gave me some advice, which I will give you as well, which is don't stay in the industry forever. it's a hard job to walk away from. When you realize how much money you can make, it's a hard job to walk away from. So he asked me when I wanted to start, and I said tomorrow, and he said day or night, and I said day because I was still scared, and that was it. That was my auditioning process. He wasn't even there the next day, and I just had a job. So don't blow this up in your head. Don't make it seem like it's, going to be a super big deal, because it's not. It's not going to be a super big deal. It's going to be easy. Okay? And if you get turned down, don't worry about it. Just go to a different club. Don't worry about it. Switch something up a little bit. Maybe do your makeup a little bit different. Go in with a little bit more confidence. Wear something a little bit cuter. Just be happier. Just do something a little bit different. But don't make a big deal out of this, because it's not a big deal. I hope this helps. Have a wonderful evening, and go make a bunch of money.